corporate and pharmacological interests as opposed to protecting sort of racist narratives. It seems sometimes particular ideas are put forward to censor, control, stymie debate rather than to create some sort of more effective, integrative morality between people.
When we're not able to say that Hunter Biden's laptop is a story worth pursuing, the world has gone mad. There are dozens of examples that I could share with you and with your viewers.
And you say
everyone
allowed.
Sort of knows this, and
you say we're not allowed, we're not able.
Between...
Who's the people stopping the conversation? Who are they?
People that work at networks, frankly, like the one I'm speaking on right now, who try and claim that, you know...
I beg your pardon. What exactly are you saying? Now, there's a whole roster of various issues there, many culture wars. Me, where I stand, is outside of it. I feel that people should be able to pursue their lives however they want to, and that there should be a transparency around reporting on a variety of issues. I have avenues down which discourse is permitted and huge veils and territory for moral reasons that personally, you know, if you're talking about compassion and kindness, I would agree with. Although
smart panel box. I'm sorry, not your smart panel box, but your NV. Love the exterior here. Beautiful combo. Got your landscape with the drip system. All the river rock. You got the nice cladding here. I love the fact that they have the nice wood floors here. I don't know if the camera's picking this up here. So as you can already see the sun exposure, it's about 9. Oh, sorry, it's not even.
Plugged into the real estate market? Well, I got something for you. We have a new channel, Real Estate, Vlogs, Las Vegas Lifestyle, behind the scenes, financing, flipping, commercial properties, interviews, local businesses. Chuckett's Cruisewat 2.0. Check it out.
Some of you might remember the film Passion of the Christ. I didn't see the film. I just don't care. Passion of the Christ was this movie where I actually don't remember whether Mel Gibson's anti-Semitic incident with California police happened before or after his production or director's famous battle cry from the movie Braveheart during a speech at a QAnon convention in Las Vegas, Nevada. Caviezel 53 made reference to the 1995 film during a speech at the For God and Country Patriot Double Down Convention.
And dying in your beds many years from now, would you have been willing to trade all the years from this day to that?
On top of, this is crazy.
And live, my friends. By God, we must live. And with the Holy Spirit.
Pro-Line Stage Pro Auto-Step Presidential Teleprompter, because we know it'll get the job done. This presidential stage teleprompter's high-quality design means I can take it with me across the country without having to...
After this one, there's another videos that I'll continue it with this trick-or-treat with him at his school. So it's gonna be awesome. It's just very, very cute, and he's wearing his costume for the Triceratops. And he took all the chocolates, by the way. So it's so funny. But anyway, I think that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much. Hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. And I use the pumpkin seed to roast it, and so I get a pumpkin seed snack. So there's a free one. So anyway, I want you to watch this.
Tired eyes, stomach pains, and a brain that feels like it is covered in a thick fog. Not only are these symptoms physically uncomfortable, but they can have a direct impact on your social life, productivity, and personal well-being.
Vaccine, that there's a bigger anti-vax trend for kids going on.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a slight decline. I think WHO has put out.
So with this beautiful, nearly 80-degree temperature day here in Central Virginia, it doesn't feel like the last day of October. So for you, your mom, our health, our home. He says, you know what, Dad? He says, I think being grateful is a form of worship. And then he walked in the other room, and I went out of the house, and about 2 or 3, very grateful to have known a man and to have been friends with a man who I consider to be the greatest oral. His name was PJ. He's been gone for a few years now, but he will never be forgotten. And it's my hope that stories like this, Halloween night at PJ's cabin, can allow this man's 10 years old and a couple of years done with trick-or-treating we still found ourselves unable to pull away from the gruesome, hideous masks, costumes, figurines. A sweet-sounding voice came from behind us, followed by the laughter of two girls. Benny and I turned around and saw Jody and Lisa, two of the prettiest girls in our school. Why, if we hadn't known any better, Benny and I would have believed they were teasing us. All these years later, nearly 40 of them. Sure you're not, Jody said, deviously. Okay. A local mountain man of about 50 years old at the time who lived way back in the woods on top of the highest hill surrounding our little mountain town in Appalachistan. The cabin was even further back in the woods than the one he currently occupied. He'd built his new cabin and current residence about a mile lower on the mountain than his old cabin, in which he let us use whenever we wanted. Just before Jody and Lisa had shown up and started teasing us, Benny and I were having a conversation about the likelihood of us being able to go trick-or-treating without being found out. Extra thick wool socks, long johns, and several large cans of ground coffee down the aisle. But to be honest, I was always jealous of them. Do what? I asked Amy. Jody and Lisa have been telling everyone in school that you guys are going to spend Halloween night camping in some hushed tones, the epitome of every middle schooler's fantasy. Yeah, Benny said, his chest out and his head up, and you're welcome to join us if you'd like. Pardon me while I hydrate. All of the other students standing off to either side of us, watching in awe as we walked out. They looked on at us as if we were either two of the bravest guys any of them had ever seen, or as if we were two dead men walking. We always checked in with him before we did. Looking back on it, I'm sure that's just another reason he always left us an open invitation. Telling stories, because like I done told you, I'm getting too old to be trying to outrun old Red Eyes. That works for us, I said.
Because that's part of the thing. Like, we have this system where that you're stepping on each other in order to survive. And so there's enough people that want to blame someone else. So politicians jump on that and go, hey, people are desperate, people are upset, people are scared about what's gonna happen next. We gotta give them someone to be afraid of. This is not new. It's since the beginning of politics here. So it's a different group every time. We're just collectively a bunch of the same ones we used to. And so if you continue to blame someone else and appease someone's fears because they're in a bad situation that you've helped put them in, because we choose winners and losers in this country, and there's plenty losers and only a couple winners. After that happens, people are just upset, worried, and scared, and like, we gotta focus them on somewhere. And the word of the day, apparently today, is projection, because it's in every story. It's the way it works. It's the political approach to how they do their agenda, projection.
Yeah, but tens of millions of Americans that it's just Democrats, and they do it in a basement of a pizza shop, and they drink the blood, and it's satanic, cuckoo for Cocoa Puff stuff. No, child molesters generally do it with people that are near them, people that are closest to them. And they do it in ways that are not part of satanic cults. They do it in ways that are worse. They gain your trust and then they violate that trust.
Dental and other expenses. This can save you thousands of dollars every year. Click the free card button below this video to get your card sent for free. Finally, seniors are getting the benefits they rightfully deserve. The approved spending.
Republican governors ban masks in schools. Republican states outlaw abortions. Republican lawmakers prohibit teachers from teaching about America's racist past. Republican lawmakers are making it harder for people to vote. This is not limited government, folks. This is social control. Republicans have a particular ideology and are determined to impose that ideology on citizens holding different views and values. This embodies the freedom to learn the truth about our racist history, the freedom to vote and participate in our democracy. Once, Republicans had a coherent view about individual liberties and limiting the role of government. Now, that's not to say this ideology was beneficial to the country, far from it, but it was coherent, and they were committed to it, meant to advance a narrow and restrictive set of values, intruding on the most intimate acts, and banning what's necessary for people to exercise their most basic freedoms.
That sounds like a classic case of not only Wetico, but a classic case of a person who allowed demons to infiltrate his mind and body, and he took actions against his tenant. So anyway, I'm going to allow you to listen to the details of this story. I have the article here. I'm going to share that with you, and I will be right back.
Daryl Gilland and his girlfriend asked their landlord to come over to fix the heat. Instead, Daryl ended up dead. It began when Gordon Macbeth, 44, came over to the rental unit and the couple asked if they could use a space heater, and that's when he completely flipped, said the victim's girlfriend Samantha Pullman. He was evidently angry that he had to work when he was on his day off. Court documents say that Macbeth stabbed Gilland more than 30 times after his girlfriend sent a message about the heat.